From Cameron Indoor Stadium in Durham, North Carolina, this is TarHeelIllustrated.com. I'm THI staff writer Jacob Turner, and alongside me, as he usually is, THI publisher Andrew Jones. Carolina losing tonight to the Blue Devils, 89-76 on a 3-game win streak. Entering this game, that ends going into Tuesday night in the ACC tournament where they play Virginia Tech Tuesday night at 7 p.m. in Greensboro. So, new season starting, but Carolina's regular season ended here with a defeat to Duke. AJ, first thing we're going to touch on, Carolina, what was it, 55-54 at the 11:07 mark, I believe? Garrison Brooks misses that free throw. Duke, correct me if I'm wrong, scores 34 points to close out the game.
34-22.
Yep, ends up winning by 13. Big stretch. If Garrison Brooks makes that free throw, the game's tied. Maybe something different happens, but AJ, Carolina was in decent position. They were playing not great, but they were in the game, which we'll touch on in a second. But Duke goes on that big run, ends the game, and Carolina in the last minute, 2 minutes, really never had a shot at even making that one interesting.
They couldn't get stops.
No.
You give up 34 points in 11 minutes, and it wasn't like Duke shot free throws for 5 minutes.
No.
I mean, they were scoring.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they were scoring almost at will. Vernon Carey was a monster during that stretch. I know that Baycott's foul troubles, Roy said after the game, had something to do with it.
Yeah, for sure.
They didn't have that second big body to have him have
no
to bounce
depth at
off
that position,
of.
no.
But he was scoring. Carolina had no answers for him. Carey was playing well throughout the game. And then the other guys got involved. Trey Jones was big time. Justin Robinson at 4 threes. One of them over there falling down. I looked over at Carolina's bench after a couple of those Justin Robinson threes. I mean, they were in just, whatever. What can you do? In fact, the first three, which has nothing to do with the last 11 minutes, the bank from right over here, after a great possession defensively, B-Rob was doing a great job keeping Cassius Stanley from getting the ball. And when I sat right over there, I looked right at Roy, and he's laughing almost like, what the heck?
Yeah, I think he came into the game averaging 2.1 points or something like that.
He had a couple threes against State.
He's played pretty well recently, though. You give him credit.
He got the job done.
Yeah, give him credit.
And he hit a 3 during that stretch.
Yeah.
He actually hit 2.
Yeah, he at least 1, yeah.
Among those 34 points were 2 threes from him. Vernon Carey was amazing down low. Carolina didn't have any answers. Foul trouble, I think, affected him a little bit, too. If you don't get stops, this is crazy. When we've talked about Carolina in late games before, a lot of the times the trouble has been the inability to get buckets. And they had some ugly possessions, and they missed a lot of putback opportunities. They actually had 18 second chance points, and they should have been in the 24 to 26 range. They missed some bunnies on second chances, especially in the second half, especially during that stretch. But if you don't get stops, you have to be pristine offensively, and this team has rarely been pristine this year, and they certainly weren't, even though they scored 22 points in the last 11 minutes and wasn't enough.
I guess we're going to focus on I guess you could call these a couple of positives on the last 2 takeaways from the game. First one being 11:07 mark. Before that, up until that point, Carolina cuts it to 1, but before that, I mean, Carolina really wasn't playing that great, but they were in the game. Well, I think you said Cole Anthony had 2 points at that point in the game.
One basket.
4
points.
4 points. So he had 1 basket, 4 points at that point. Armando Baycott was in foul trouble. Carolina wasn't playing great basketball, but they found themselves only behind by 1 at that point. Obviously, that stretch that we just touched on where Duke pulled away didn't really matter in the long run. But up until that point, one positive you have to consider is, I mean, Carolina was in the game, and like you mentioned off camera, it's not like they were playing spectacularly, but they found a way to keep it close.
Well, they scrapped.
Yeah, they scrapped.
And we've seen increasing fight from this team, and I think other than Wake Forest game at Louisville, this club has fought.
They have. You got to give them credit.
They haven't been symphonic very often, but they have fought. They've been gritty at times. I think the grit has increased over the last month or so. I think they started really showing how gritty they were at Florida State. They somehow were in position late there. We saw a similar type of physical effort, mindset effort tonight. They just had some obstacles to overcome. How about in the first half? 4 of the starters get 2 fouls. Roy takes him. I took Cole out with 1:41 left. Put Jeremiah Francis in the game for his first appearance tonight.
He had 3 too.
They closed out the first half with Francis, Playtech, Walker Miller, Justin Pierce, and Christian Keeping on the floor.
What's he going to do with that?
Because 4 guys had fouls, and B-Rob got clobbered about 10 feet right over there.
Yeah, right here, yeah.
And UNC initially said he wasn't going to come back in, but he did. He played hard. He hit a big 3 in the second half. He did some solid things. They didn't play that well. They didn't have a lot of stuff going for them, but Baycott, big-time foul trouble, yet they were there. And it wasn't even just 55-54. It was a 5-point game at about the 6.5 minute mark, and then boom, boom, boom.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's actually a pretty impressive performance that this team came in here on a night when Duke played really well.
It did, yeah.
Because I kept thinking throughout the course of the game, they're only down 4. They're only down 6. They're only down 7. When it felt like a lot more. And credit Carolina's grittiness for that, and they're going to have to carry that in to Greensboro to have any chance at doing anything spectacular.
Another positive night is Garrison Brooks. I mean, he's just been a beast, it seems like, over the past month especially. But what a season he's having, what a player he's becoming. A lot of guys saying that he's the best big in the ACC. I think that's up for grabs. I think we saw two of the best bigs in the ACC playing tonight, and Vernon Carey on the other side. But AJ, Garrison Brooks, I mean, not only have a good game tonight, he keeps getting better. He's a leader on this team. One thing I've noticed about him is, you'll probably contest to this too, in his first couple years, he was kind of one of those guys when he was playing well, you could kind of see it. He was kind of fired up. He would yell. He would punch the air. You could tell with his facial expressions. Hasn't really been like that recently. He's been more down, straight to business. It's more like a business trip for him when he's playing out here. I think he expects it of himself now, so he doesn't get as excited as he has been. But AJ, one positive from tonight, not only Carolina not playing well, but keeping it close for the majority of the game, it's got to be Garrison Brooks.
Garrison is no longer ever surprised
he's not.
by his own success on the court. And you know what? Neither are his teammates.
No
In fact, in baseball, if you have a guy that could hit 330 homers, 100 RBIs, and you could pencil that in, that's great for a manager. Yeah. Roy has gotten to the point now where he can pencil in something for Garrison. And he's now gone 6 straight games. The last 6 games, he scored 149 points. In the last 4 games, remember, after Wake the other night, he became the first Tar Heel since Tyler Hansbrough in 2008. 3 straight games, 25 or more. It's now 4 straight games. In this 4-game stretch, he scored, 106 points, and he's grabbed 43 rebounds.
It's unbelievable.
And he's doing it with teams putting a tremendous amount of emphasis on stopping him.
Yeah.
And he's doing it all over the place. I asked Leaky Black after the game, of all the things that Garrison's doing well now, what single thing has he improved on most during the course of this year? He said that 12 to 15 footer. That's changed everything for him. It's forced teams to respect everything he does on the floor. He's actually hit a couple threes. You don't want him taking threes, but he's hit a couple.
He's made
showing that the range is there, and everything that he can do operates now from that 12 to 15 foot parameter. He put the ball on the court, made moves for himself, get guys on his hips. He's able to go up and lay. He can go up and under. He can spin. He can drop step, and he could do all that stuff after facing up. So his game he's got a multitude of weapons in his game. He's extremely difficult to guard, and we saw that again tonight. Garrison Brooks has become a fantastic college basketball player, and we didn't see it in November.
No, absolutely
We didn't even see it in December. It was that 35-11 game against Georgia Tech. Like, wow,
2020,
Garrison Brooks is going to go down in history with a 35-11 game here. Guess what? That's so 2 months ago. That's so the other Garrison Brooks ago. He's now a regular 20 and 10 type guy, and it's really been extraordinary to follow. Of all the stuff that's happened to this team this season, a lot of crappy stuff has happened to these guys. He's been an amazing thing to watch because he's been a constant.
He has,
He's been the only constant other than what can go wrong will go wrong.
Yeah, the 2020 Tar Heels. 2020 Tar Heels haven't been great, but Garrison Brooks has been
awesome.
Yeah, Carolina dropping another game here tonight, 89-76. This time to Duke. We'll obviously be in Greensboro this next coming week. We don't really know how long Carolina's going to end up playing, but they play on Tuesday against Virginia Tech at 7 p.m. in Greensboro Coliseum. So we'll be there. THI will obviously be there, and I mean the season's coming to an end. It seems like, but we got football starting in a couple weeks. I mean, plenty of stuff going to be rolling out over here. But like I said, Carolina dropping another game, 3-game win streak coming into the game. Lose their last regular season game to Duke. Duke sweeping the series, or the regular season series. Who knows? Maybe they'll be in the tournament. You never know, man. It wouldn't surprise me.
As Leakey said, as Justin Pierce said, as Brandon Robinson just said, 1 game at a time.
Cole Anthony
just worry about, just deal with Virginia Tech. They're 0-0.
Yeah.
And the kids did say that. They're 0-0. So they get kind of a little bit of a fresh start, but they are who they are.
Yeah.
They're going to carry their warts into the tournament. They're going to carry what they feel pretty good about themselves into the tournament, and we'll see what happens. They have an opportunity still, as Roy said. They got an opportunity.
New season. Yeah, we'll see what happens on Tuesday, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. Be sure to share it, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks.